Hello, YouTube. Welcome to session 4 of Shadows of Rivervale. Last time, the party woke from their night excursion to discover that Keith had used some of the weapons that you had collected from the bandits, or not the bandits. They're not bandits. They were bounty hunters. The other B word. um, and to attempt to create something, and in the process completely destroyed them. He then didn't seem to comprehend that it was wrong and continued to argue that fact for the whole day. The party went and sold the remainder of the weapons you guys had collected and earned a bit of cash as you decided to pick up the job to investigate the increase in monsters. You've been asked to travel 2 days west of the city and spend an entire day scouting and investigating the area before you return to see if you could find any strange signs, things that don't make sense that might be causing monsters to populate more or attract monsters. And that is where we left off, more or less. Okay, so you guys just finished your shopping. You've taken the job. It's probably about noon if you guys want to head out for the day. Don't everyone talk at once. Okay, so you guys begin traveling west. Would someone like to make a survival check to trek through the swamps? I've updated the map a little bit. You guys will populate in the center white space. Um, there'll be two different sets of maps I've set up on either side. The one to the left is going to be the swampy, marshy, and the one on the right is going to be like city streets. So you'll have to zoom out and then drag yourself to the side if you want to find a map. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yes, there was supposed to be purple. Yes, please. Um, Make it for the first day out of town. Make it a 2 purple difficulty. Okay. Um. Well. So you guys are trudging through the swamp, moving along. When all of a sudden, Jolitz walks you right into a bog spitter's nest, and you guys immediately need to roll initiative. Um, Put yourself with the other guys in the middle of the swamp map. You guys are all going to use vigilance because you were not prepared for this. No. Um, yep. Here. Did that bring everyone to the correct location? Did that work? Okay. Everybody wants to drop themselves in that tile together? Yes. I think we need Jolitz and... It doesn't really matter that much, but what? Joleets, we just need to get your token on the map. Okay, are you with everyone? All right. Okay, so down at the bottom, there is a thing that says assets. If you click on the assets, you can import your character from there. You just click on it and say add to map, and it'll put your token on the map. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yes. It might have been trying to process because I have that because I pay for the I pay their Patreon to get the updated features. Yep, we are. There you go. I dropped a copy of yours. Yeah, I dropped a copy of you on the map. Are you? Okay. Okay, well, yeah, so you guys are trudging through, and then all of a sudden this bog spitter bursts up out of the murky water to your side and begins to attack. Who would like to go first? You guys got... Okay. Is it the hamstring shot? Really? Oh, I know. I know. Here, just a second. There you go. You should be able to now. I have to remember. I have to remember all the nuances of using this new tabletop now. So, it is short distance. Yes. Uh, 2 yellow, 2 green, and a purple. Uh, I believe so. So that's 6 damage. So it cannot perform maneuvers. Cool. Your next turn. The end of your next turn, yeah. Okay, who would like to go next? Player? Yep. And then you can take a second maneuver for 2 strain. Oh. Yes, you click on a white coin. Because you're flipping a white coin to a dark coin. To hit. Yep. Yep. To advantage to use your linked. You bludgeon this thing's head in. It's dead. It's a bug of some kind. Okay. Yep. So you guys harvest the. Here, let me. Uh, Immobilized means it can't use maneuvers, so wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been able to move. Wouldn't have been able to prepare, do anything like that. It could still attack, but it just can't. It couldn't like. Yes. Yeah. So there's, I believe, 4 common status effects. Disoriented. So disoriented, what it does is it adds a black to all checks that you make if you're disoriented. So you get 1 setback dice on all checks. Prone is just if you fall down. It changes how combat works a little bit, just like it does in D&D. Staggered is the one that you can't perform actions, so that means you wouldn't be able to attack or anything. Or immobilized is the one where you can't do maneuvers. Okay. Yeah, so you guys managed to find a place where you guys can set up a bit of a camp. It's not the best location. It's it's a little wet still. But you think it's safe from monsters. But you're with the threat of increased monsters reported. You're probably not sure. And I guess Jolitz is going to start cooking some bog spitter. Oh, with some mushrooms. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll that survival check. Uh, difficulty of 3. 3 purple. Three purple. Sorry, what was that? Yeah. What happened? Oh, weird. Okay. Uh, so, this is your first time cooking bog spitter. Uh, it did not. It is definitely much tastier than the last time you cooked. But it still is. It still tastes funky. Like it's very acidic. Um, that was Benjamin or Benedict. Benedict, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Benedict. You know that there are giant crabs, Jolie's, that prowl the beaches of the Azure Ocean. The Azure Ocean. You guys are actually pretty close. Yeah, that's traveling the opposite direction because that's the other side of Silverport. But Silverport is the closest port city to the Azure Ocean. Yes. We'll say, um, since you combined them, that it took about half of it, so you have enough for another meal worth if you do both of them. Yeah, bog spitter. It's on your money sheet. Notes. If you go to notes on Discord and you look at the pinned messages, uh, you can see the player and party gold. I actually put it in there for you already, just so you know. But that's where you. Yeah. That was Keith's reaction to the mushroom risotto the first time. Okay. It's magic. That actually probably would have been dinner because you guys left at noon. This left from the city at noon. So Can we get a uh, vigilance or perception check for first watch? You can add a whoever's doing it can add a blue because you have a partner with you. Mm-hmm. So first watch I think was Okio and Vanya. Just from one of you. Go ahead and make it at a 2 difficulty. Okay. You didn't add the blue die. Yep. Because Okio's helping you. So yeah, so your guys' watch, you don't see anything. It's actually uh, Benedict having nightmares is pretty distracting, actually. Okay. Your watch goes by without issue. Second watch. I think that was Garrus and Garrus and Jolie's, right? Sorry, what? Oh, it was Garrus and Benedict. Sorry. I don't think so. Oh, for the difficulty. Sorry. um, it's a 2 difficulty, and you get a blue because you guys are doing it together. One success. Um, so Garrus, you would probably notice that Benedict is very much when he's on watch. He just is kind of always jerking around and looking at every corner, every shadow, every little thing. You kind of like notice that he kind of just like jerks and moves and looks towards it. Okay. Okay. Uh, yeah, let's move on to next watch. This is Keith and Jolie's, yes. Perception or vigilance. And you can get a blue die because she's helping. Okay. Yeah, you guys don't notice anything overtly, um, but probably while patrolling the camp, uh, there might be some claw marks on a tree that you don't remember being there. Either of you. Either of you. The claw marks. You don't? Actually, why don't you make me a. Yeah, go ahead and do it as an adventuring roll. It would be. Make it a 3 difficulty. um, so, You know that whatever this claw marks made this, you don't know what made it. All you know is that whatever it was uh, has uh, has thumbs. Like it's a humanoid type creature. Um, but when you're looking around, there is no footprints, even in the wet, marshy grounds. The claw mark is the only sign that anything was there. Um, hmm. You and Benedict have been together for a while, yes? Okay. Do you know some of his actual backstory? I would say yes. Then. Yeah. You kind of get lost noticing the tree, and yeah, he's uh, Jolitz would not notice that. No, not in the moment. Okay. Uh, Go ahead and make a geography check. You're asleep. Yes. Go ahead and make it a 2 purple check. You 100% believe this is a cinnamon tree, but you have no fucking idea how to harvest it. Yeah, you don't know, Keith. You think it might be. Make a survival check to harvest some Jollies. Uh, make it a make it a one difficulty. Okay. You strip some of the bark back and take some bark and put it into your bag. Okay. Okay. So as the night comes to a close and the sun rises, you guys start the next day. You did. Two. Um, yeah, no, you're not familiar with this tree, but you're not familiar with cinnamon either. So, um, yeah, you're just gonna take her word for it. Would Joleets think to do that? Yeah, go for it. You're trying to identify the tree again, so it'd be another geography. 2 difficulty. Yep, it's cinnamon. Yeah. Are you gonna go, Ben? So, you either need to roll a negotiation versus negotiation. Yep. So, Benedict, what is your negotiation? So it'd be 2 purple. Yes. Uh, um, you can start making the check while they're working on breakfast. Um, Jolene, you could have a blue die because you have Benedict helping you. These dice wanted to be cinnamon so bad. Yeah. So you make a delicious breakfast. It's fantastic. Uh, there's definitely not cinnamon in it, but there is another kind of earthy, woody taste. Oh, shit. Okay, why don't we do next day of travel, guys? Make another survival check. Uh, difficulty 1. Yeah. You can put a note saying mysterious bark. You can put like a little thing being like believed cinnamon. Okay. Um, those claw marks look very familiar, Benedict. It is very much what you thought it is. Okay. So go ahead and make another survival check for the day's travel. Um, make it at a difficulty 3 today. Three. You're further away from town now. Okay. So you guys are trudging through the wilderness, uh, And Jolit, you're guiding them through. You're like, ah, man, this terrain is difficult to navigate. Um, as you're moving around, when all of a sudden you find yourself tripping on a root and falling down into like a little crevice, um, and floating in the water, you see probably about 30 or 40 bodies. And as you splash in the water, you watch as hundreds of flies take to the sky from the bodies. And you guys are now surrounded by blood flies. Yeah, you can keep the same spot. Yes, go ahead and roll initiative. I'm getting. Yep. There's initiative. There's no difficulty. I gotta roll their initiative. Hold on. They are, yeah. So these are not big creatures. They're just a swarm of them. Just so you guys are aware. Um, um, so the natives to the region, so I guess that would only be Okio, would know that blood flies are have a sickness that they carry that usually will affect people that they bite. Okay. Top of the round. Hey, who's going first? There's 4 there. You'll probably have to drag once you get to the top. It only goes so far, Bruno, and then it stops, and then you have to drag. Sorry, what? Well, if you target when you cast your spell and you target them, it'll. Yes. They're all around. So you're casting Fireball? Okay, Bloodfly 4. You hit for 12 damage. Okay, you send a fire blast through the swarm, and you watch as a lot of them go whoosh, like burst, and then fall to the ground dying. Okay, who would like to go next? Oki or Benedict? Um. Oh no. Okay, yeah, so you don't manage to summon your ally. Okay, 2 advantage to the next player. Okay. It would. I would say just for the ruling of the thing, that yes, it would stun the whole minion group. Yeah, it's once per round, is what it says, right? Yep. Okay. What are you doing with all that? Um, in this situation, um, maybe you see, trying to think. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think. In this situation, something vital. Because you already hamstrung shot them, which makes them immobile, so they're not going anywhere. Um, so like in the Star Wars game, doing something vital would be like shooting the lock on the door to close the door between you and your ally or enemy, or like manage to. Um, we'll say you can. We'll say your attack hits a tree and knocks a branch, which drags a majority of the swarm into the water, which basically makes them have to take extra time to get out. Your crit's 3. You could have. You want to do that instead? Because critting on a minion group, I think, just kills them, actually. So, yeah. So, criticals against. Okay. So, we'll say you do the same thing, but the whole tree comes down and drags the whole swarm into the water. And they're now out of the fight. You just drowned that whole swarm. I don't know who's going next. So that means it's Keith then. Well, Group 3 just died. Group 4 has been hit. 1 and 2 are still unaffected by anything. Okay. Yep. Don't pick the range. Okay. So up over there. That spell does. Nope. You don't have that one set with crit. Nope. Uh, Lots of things. Oh wait, you had to activate the manipulative ability. The manipulative requires, I believe, 2, right? Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Hey, which way are you moving? South? Oh, okay. I love the sparkly effect that it does for the triumphs when you roll triumphs. Okay, there we go. Okay, up next. Who would like to go next? I think you said Vanya. You get to you get to do a green to yellow upgrade. You're on Blood Flight 2. I'm gonna say you suffer a strain. Yep. Yeah. Triumph can do any of the one. Okay. Uh, Minions don't even roll it. They just get taken out of combat when they get critted. Yep. Uh, so so I'm just imagining you like helicoptering your tonfas and running through the swarm, just like spinning them. Okay. Let me roll one more thing here. Okay. It is their turn. This swarm is going to move in on Vanya. And they're going to attack. Um, I'm going to flip a coin to upgrade. Oh no, I gotta read. Okay, do it. Yeah, people have been flipping coins. I haven't. Okay, you ready, Vanya? Here it comes. Ooh. Yes, that is a very good hit. Um. Uh. Go ahead and roll a critical injury at +10. You do take all 3 damage because it has Pierce 4, so it bypasses Soak. Yes. What does that do? Adds a black to the next skill check. It's that's the difficulty. That's the severity. Off balance, add 1 setback to target's next skill check. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Which is actually your resilience check against the bloodfly sickness. So I need you to roll a 2 difficulty resilience check. And add a black. So you fail. Okay. So you take 4 damage that bypasses your soak. And your strain threshold is halved, rounded up. So you currently, what is your threshold now? 11. So your threshold would become 6. Just make a note somewhere. Like, I'd write it on a piece of paper, maybe. Or you could do it in the private chat. Okay, I just sent you one in the private chat, Bruno. Okay, and for the future, that effect stays until you've undergone the medical treatment to get rid of it. Yes, you've taken the damage, and your soak is halved until you get healed, basically. Yes, your strain is halved, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So that's bloodfly sickness. What would you like to do with those 4 advantage? To the next allies, the next person who goes check, yes. Okay. Garrus, it's your turn. Yep. Yep. So Bloodfly Group 1. Bloodfly Group 1 is dead, yes. Okay. I'll remove it at the end of the round, but the other group gets to move. Yes. Yeah, you could pass 3 blue. Okay. And yeah, top of the round. Oh man. Okay. So, so you get a extra soak of 3. And what's your ranks in knowledge? Yes, knowledge, lore. One rank, and then you get one defense. So that's both ranged and melee. Okay. Okay. Who would like to go next? Yeah, you can pass the die. There's one swarm left, yeah. And it's been hurt pretty bad, so there's only like a couple of them left. Screaming skull. Are you gonna crit with it? Okay. You kill him. I like that when I delete them on the overview, they get deleted off the map. Okay, so you guys managed to kill the swarms. You're very exhausted and low on energy. So the bloodfly slickness, for curing it with magic or anything, it's treated as a critical injury. Yeah, but he also has a critical injury as well. Nope, you could pick one or the other. Okay, you doing it with magic? Uh, yes. Just because you never flip coins, I'll flip a coin back on you. Negative upgrade. Yeah, I got it to flip one, guys. Threat. DJ, Okio, you begin trying to heal Vanya, and something about the way you're going about it isn't working, and it backlashes on you, and you take a wound. Yeah, if you want to keep going. Oh, also, everybody at the end of the encounter gets to roll the discipline or cool check to heal strain. Go ahead and do that. You you didn't have any, so that doesn't affect you. Yes. Yes, you'd get back 2. Benedict, you'd get back 4. Cool or discipline? Uh, you suffer 4 strain. You don't get any Jolie's. Nope. He backlashed on himself. Okay. So you've taken a total of 8 strain right now to cast these spells. Okay. Okay. And you have the heal critical. Okay, so you heal 1 wound, 1 strain, and 1 critical injury, but he targeted the bloodfly sickness, Vanya. So your strain pool is back to normal now. Okay. Yeah, so the fight is over. There is the corpses of blood flies scattered all over. There's dozens of bodies just in the water. Uh, the bodies are humanoids. Yeah. Um, as you're kind of investigating, there's some. Most of them actually look surprisingly fresh. But you also notice that their hands are bound. Yeah, the bodies, their hands are bound. They've been sitting in the water for who knows how long, being feasted on by blood flies. Um, Okio, you might recognize maybe like a guard uniform. It's but a lot of these look like just people that might have been travelers. This area is very off the beaten path from where travelers normally would be, though. Most foot traffic heads north to Grime Grove, and then it goes west from Grime Grove over to Mythcrest. So this is kind of like the uh, wilds below and around that is not normal foot traffic. So this number of bodies and this fresh is very out of place, especially that their hands are bound. It almost looks like they were captured and then dumped here. You guys are investigating the increase in monsters in the area and what might be the cause. Uh, you basically learned most of it. If you guys are going to collect the crystals from the blood flies, I'll need you to make a survival check. Nope. Oh wait, Okio, you have a holy emblem, so it would be two extra you healed. Yeah. Let's roll 1, and then you can add a blue to it. Because everyone's helping. Make it a difficulty of 2. We'll say out of the swarm, you were able to collect 40 blood fly crystals. Yeah, I put it in the thing already. Um, okay. You would begin to notice that almost all of them have their guild tag for the Merchants Guild. The guild would probably be able to identify them if you bring the tag to them. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you end up collecting probably about once you finish like siphoning and pulling people out, there's probably about 47 people here. Yep. Okay. I'll also put a note in the party gear. Nah, it does look good. I love the haze. It looks like you're smoking out of your bong shaped tonfa. No, you're fine. I just had to make the joke. No, I do like it though. It looks good. Mm. Okay. So yeah, so you guys finish burning the bodies. I assume you guys are going to travel a little bit to find camp. Okay. Uh, I'll allow another survival check. Three difficulty, three difficulty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Helping. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Okio's good for is just helping. He can't do anything on his own. That's because I take him off because I know. Um, no, you guys actually find a really nice, actually uh, like barriers, like good tree barriers and rocks and everything, and it's actually pretty covered because the canopy's pretty thick here. Um, so you guys have yourself found yourselves a little a nice little sheltered grove essentially, and it's dry. Are you gonna make dinner now? With that survival check, I will 100% say you managed to find some. You find. Yeah, no, you find. Yeah. You find some good, like, just natural fauna and flora. Like snake. Snake. Well, you still have half of a fungi and half of a bog spitter. Yeah. Yeah. I will grant you an easier difficulty this time. So it's only a 2 difficulty and a blue die added. There you go. This one comes out delicious. We'll say with that 5 advantage, everybody heals an additional strain when they eat it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, uh, you guys had a delicious dinner and another night of watches. Um, okay. Garrus, who's doing watch with you? Okay. Who would like to make the vigilance or perception check? 2 difficulty with a blue die. Okay. Okay. Uh, how much strain do you need before you exceed your threshold? 6 more. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Uh, you manage to keep a good eye. You don't notice anything, but you're pretty distracted this evening. Um, just thinking about all those dead bodies and uh, the delicious meal and everything. You're just kind of all over the place. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next watch. Who would like to roll for this one? You and Vanya? Okay. Just because I'm gonna flip a coin, upgrade it. Purple to red upgrade. And make it a 2 difficulty. Oh, did I? Oops, I flipped it the wrong way. Okay. Um. Okay. You don't happen to see anything, but you definitely feel like you're being watched. Um. Oh, you get to roll a blue die. You get to roll a blue die as well. Sorry. Just roll another blue die, and I'll figure it out. Okay. Uh, you definitely don't see anything, but you still get the feeling that something's watching from the darkness. Uh, you're you're feeling very paranoid. Um, So Vanya, you notice him being extra paranoid and like staring deeply into every single shadow as he uh, looks out the exits. Okay, sounds good. All right, we move on to the next watch, which I think is Keith and Jolie's. Who would like to make the roll? Hello? Perception or vigilance? Yes. There'll be two purple, and you'll get a blue as well. Because you guys are doing watch together. Okay. Yeah. I think you're both pretty distracted this evening, but you don't happen to notice anything. But I think the only thing you guys might notice is that off in the distance you see what looks like campfires. Probably a couple, like an hour or so, uh, travel further west. It's the direction you guys are headed. You see something that looks like fires or glowing lights or something. Yeah. Okay. 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 Next morning comes. Uh, Everybody can heal one wound from rest and all the strain. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. Yeah, two. Um, you don't notice anything, but I'll say you just suffer two strain because you're panicked. Okay. So what we can do is we will wrap this session here. I think is a good spot. And next session we'll continue with you guys' scouting of the next region. Um, and we'll touch base then. Thanks for watching YouTube. Have a good night.